All right, folks. It is the monetary monkey of mayhem here, V, the Guerrilla Economist, and I have with me the main man, Dex, the algo capitalist, and Frank, the apostle of the pulse wave himself. And guys, we're here giving down the not only just a market recap of everything that's been going on, but Dex, I think the theme of the day was basically the 100-year cycle. We've got a lot of malarkey going about market wise. Let's get into it, guys. Welcome. What's going on, guys?
What's up, buddy?
What up?
What is going? How is doing? How is everyone?
Good, man. We're back on YouTube after a lot of false starts, so very exciting. We found a way to get on. So
I'm loving this new streaming service.
Yeah,
I'm in love with it. I did my Patreon. Just blown away. It's amazing.
Yeah, I'm psyched. We're going to use it for our webinars and stuff this week. So excited.
Mm-hmm.
That is if. Oh, okay. So I was about to say that is if our wonderful executive assistant tells me everything sounds good from her phone because she's getting her car worked on, and her response was, "OMG, this is awesome." So, so I guess it's working. So thank you, Jen. But yeah, so we did a show, I believe. Yeah, we did on Rogue last week on the 100-year cycle that Dex has been talking about. And we wanted to do an update on it because things are actually happening right according to what Dex said was going to happen, which is amazing. And so we wanted to come on and do a little update on it. So that's what we're doing. So, but Dex, can you give us, because it's funny, I'm still even adjusting. We've talked about it a few times, but when you say 100-year cycle, you don't necessarily mean that what happened over the last 100 years is going to happen in the same way again. You're just talking about patterns that are created that you can see over the last 100 years. And can you explain exactly what that means and how it works?
No, I'm not going to do that.
This is why I don't feel
comfortable. I don't feel comfortable right now.
Quit this company.
I don't believe this is a safe environment for me right now.
It's not a safe environment for you, Dex. That's what you need to understand, is that it is not a safe environment for you right now.
No, but seriously, it is a bunch of pattern recognition and a bunch of algo things that repeat themselves. So basically you have the chart pattern from 2012, and then you have the trend velocity of 2008. And you marry the two together, and that's what's happening right now, which puts us in uncharted territory. So the Dow has lost, well over 1,000 points. If you take a look at it, it's getting closer to about 2,000 points. Yeah, the Dow's lost about 2,000 points since July the 15th of 2019. All right. So in the grand scheme of things, that's not a crash. All right. That's not a collapse. Right now, we consider that to be a pullback or a slight correction. The reason why I say slight correction is because you got to remember what this grand cycle is. The grand cycle, technically speaking, is from Dow 10,000 to where we are now. We almost hit Dow 30,000. Right? Yeah. We were on our way to Dow 30,000 before the market said, "Okay, I'm a little exhausted. Let's take some profit off the table." So we have in our midst 17,000 Dow points of Fed stimulus that needs to make its way through the entire economy. We've been stimulating this market since Dow 10,000. That's a lot of stimulus. That's enough to OD 1,000 elephants. All right. This is ridiculous. We've never seen this before. This is the super bubble of all bubbles. All right. This is the type of bubble that would have SpongeBob SquarePants overreacting right now. All right. This is the kind of bubble that he has been fantasizing about all his life. If he could just capture this one bubble, things will be better for him. So
that's an amazing analogy.
Bikini Bottom will never be the same again. This bubble is ridiculous. But now here's the thing about it. And I want to give people the truth and nothing but the truth. Are you ready? This is an inverted action, meaning that you shouldn't be so quick to call the top in the market. I know it sounds crazy. This overshooting of the market correction or pullback was helped by fear mongering and, of course, trade wars with China, and economists threatening a deep recession. Now, I must tell you that the economy and the stock market have been divorced for a long time. All right, they don't speak to each other. They're not seeing each other. They had a horrible divorce. All right, and that divorce happened, I want to say, between 1999 and 2001. That's when they had that huge breakup. Okay, so the global economics and the markets have nothing to do with each other. While we are facing basically a type of job depression, the market has been going higher, just like I predicted it would back in 2013 and 2011, when I was warning that we were going to see the father of all market rallies, and then that's what happened. Now what's happening is we have this 100-year cycle of repetition. So during the summer of 2012, the market kind of bottomed out between January the 31st and August the 2nd, and then proceeded to rally, a slow grind rally. This is an inverted action. So you see the topping out and then a falling of prices, but it's being exacerbated by all the geopolitical news. All right, so that's what's happening right now. So the extent of this will determine when the Fed and White House will get their act together and do some type of market intervention, whether it be more stimulus, some kind of way, or maybe Trump needs to take a photo op with a Chinese foreign minister shaking hands saying, "Oh, we struck a deal." And then that'll make the market just come right back again. So prepare for more downside until there's a resolution with these tariffs, with these trade wars. That's what's causing the market to kind of unravel at this point. Once that is sorted out, then the market will resume its course to Dow 30,000. Yep, that's right.
Yeah, buddy.
30,000.
You and I have been calling it for a while, bud.
It's going to do it.
Yep.
And it's going to do it sooner rather than later.
And this exactly, dude, it's amazing. You want to talk about like divine double confirmation. Everything that you just said is exactly what I said this morning to my Patreon subscribers. It's the same. Dude, we are getting set up for the last hurrah. And it's going to be the biggest asset bubble ever blown. Mm-hmm. And Dow 30,000, Dow 50,000. Who knows, brother? Who knows?
It's
right?
And look, full disclosure, I did not catch that broadcast you did earlier.
Yep, true.
I have no idea what you're talking about. And so there's no collusion. I don't know what he's talking about. Truth, straight up. I didn't hear it.
Collusion is that
no collusion.
Is just Frank. Frank's early collusion here.
There you go. Frank's
we collude with Frank Daly.
Hey, but keeping it 100.
It's pronounced
we do.
Canoodling.
Canoodling.
Nothing good that we do would be possible without Frank. Frank is the CEO, the CFO, the COO, you name it, with the C and all the O's after it. Frank, we thank God for you. You're an awesome asset to the team. Yes. You're a jack of all trades, master of all. And I just wanted to put that out there, let people know that you are. People have no idea what an asset you are. They think you're just a person who comes on here from time to time and acts crazy with us. But in all actuality, behind the scenes, you are the ringmaster. And we just thank God for you and all that you do. And just wanted to put that out there so people think, oh, Frank doesn't do anything. Why is he there? You have no idea.
We can't
shut your mouth. You don't know what you're talking about.
Exactly. We can't
don't ever disrespect this man in my presence.
Ever.
You guys got to stop. You guys are killing me today. That's very, very nice.
I'm just putting it out straight up.
Ever.
All right, so getting back serious again. So,
I did want to say real quick. We're taking some questions while we're on. So if you want to throw something in the live chat, go ahead and we'll take your questions. So
okay.
The live chat's been shockingly quiet. So please let us know you're here, like and subscribe, and we're taking questions. So throw it in that live
trading
chat.
room guys. So let me know how you enjoyed your test drive last night and this morning.
Oh my goodness!
With Daddy's Lamborghini, I gave you a little taste, a little taste. I want you to tell me, how is it going? Did you crash my car already? What's up? I want to hear from you guys.
Yeah,
because if you can handle this, then you're ready for the next step. But if not, you got to keep driving the Toyota for a while.
Yeah, what he's talking to. So Christy's already telling us she crashed her Lambo. This is why we called it a loaded gun. So yesterday, Dex and I were live in our live in Pulsar Trading for the members, and we were talking about how he has different versions of his algorithm. So we have the one that we give to the members, but there are more intense versions of it. And so Caesar says he's hooked on it. So he leaked that out last night at like 1 a.m. Of course, when we're not even awake to answer questions. So people went for a late night drive.
There you go.
We do have a question here. This is from this guy. Epstein, Wells Fargo, and Deutsche Bank will blow or just put the lid back on. I don't know if that's a question or a statement, but if you guys have.
Well, that's actually a good question, and because in that sentence, you got a few things going on here. First of all, you got Epstein, which is controversial in and of itself. We don't even need to even go into details about that. But the Wells Fargo and the Deutsche Bank situation, that's a little bit different. I think we need to lift the hood up and check the engine on this one. Now, back in the day, full disclosure, I did some work for Wells Fargo back in the day. Wells Fargo has always been a vanilla bank, meaning that they only deal with a paper, no subprime, none of that stuff, right? Yeah. They dipped their toe in the subprime market during the mortgage crisis back in 07 and 08, but not really. They didn't get burnt and hurt like everyone else did. I remember going to a conference back in 07 that Wells Fargo did for all their, employees and stuff. Mm-hmm. And it was held in Houston, Texas. And I will never forget it. They paraded some economists, a team of economists came on the stage, and the charts and graphs and stats that they had was absolutely chilling. They warned back then that everything was about to unravel in the real estate game for the entire country. They had maps and was showing what areas were going to get hit first and the worst. And everything that they said happened and came to pass the way that they said it. So say what you want, but Wells Fargo is a beast. As a matter of fact, what most people don't know is that Wells Fargo was in talks, was in talks with the U.S. government to actually either take over for, replace, and or act as a subsidiary for the Federal Reserve. And I kid you not. All right. Can you imagine Wells Fargo being the Fed? So that is what they were talking about back then. Now, after the crisis happened, everyone remembers hearing about, the robo-signing thing with Bank of America. But Wells Fargo had its little scandal too, and its scandal was that its employees were signing people up for HELOCs and other lines of credit that they didn't ask for, and all types of fraud and things were happening there. And the employees blamed it on corporate culture, saying that they were under so much pressure to meet certain sales goals that they had to just create these fictitious accounts so that they wouldn't be fired. All right. So now both sides are telling the truth. You guys need to understand this. Both sides are actually telling the truth. The employees are telling the truth. They were under extraordinary pressure to meet goals. So yes, they did feel pressure to do that. I'm not saying that was a good thing. All right. I'm just telling you what it is. But then the company is telling the truth also, because what happens is this: when you are a bank, mortgage company, whatever, what happens is when they're selling these mortgages back to Freddie and Fannie, and then they get packaged into mortgage-backed securities, what happens is if there is a default over X number of days, months, whatever, then they get to sell it back to you. Fannie and Freddie will sell it back to you, and you have to eat that. And so that caused over 300 different mortgage banks to go under during the mortgage crisis because Freddie and Fannie was throwing that stuff at them to come back. So what's happening now, though, now that the mortgage crisis is far behind us, we have a different crisis on the horizon. Are you ready for this one? All right. There has been a trading crisis where a lot of hedge funds are closing up shop. A lot of banks are closing their trading desks. And whenever this happens, it usually marks a major algo shift in the market because you're taking certain players out of the equation. Now, what most people don't understand on the retail side, you don't really see or feel too much of a change. But those that operate in this on a regular daily basis, in and out, we see and feel the change because the order flow is different. See, Deutsche Bank and Wells Fargo are able to actually do certain things that the retail people can't do. If they have a bad trade per se, they can bust it and pretend that it never happened. They get to do that. Freddie and Fannie was the first to be able to do that in their bond pit. If they had a bad bond trade, went south, they could just bust a ticket and pretend that it never happened. This is a market secret. You will never hear this discussed on any business channel. These are facts. The only way you know this is if you work there like I did. So this is the problem that Deutsche Bank is having. They went overboard with the kind of gray area, if you will, that the SEC kind of didn't care about. They went overboard and they got into, rigging the LIBOR and manipulating the gold and silver market and suppressing the precious metals. So when you start adding those things into the mix, now you've created this market turmoil where you have trillions and quadrillions of derivative assets that could just blow up at any minute. When I say blow up, that's not a good thing. Blow up is when things collapse. So these large institutions that they say are too big to fail, that's really not the right terminology. What they're trying to say is that these big institutions, if allowed to fail, would collapse the global economy. That's why they have, they say, the Fed is picking and choosing winners. No, they're not. They're not stupid. They know that if Deutsche Bank holds $8 quadrillion in, let's just say, soybean futures or whatever, if you let them go under, now you just collapse the grain market worldwide. You see what I'm saying? So that's why they prop up certain institutions or allow these institutions to liquidate at a equal, slow, steady pace so that it doesn't really make a ripple like it would if you threw a boulder in a pond versus a pebble in a pond. So that's why you see them in the news and they're talking about all these changes and things that they're going through because it is real. What you don't understand is it's more real than what they're telling you in the news. It is a big, big, big problem. So with that being said, no, we're not in danger of a global collapse. It's quite the opposite. We're in danger of a global super bubble that you have never even dreamed about in your wildest dreams. Exactly. I'm talking about Bitcoin, $1 million Bitcoin, $100,000 altcoins, just a ridiculous move into these new asset classes. What's going to cause this to happen? Because you have these major Fortune 500 companies and you have sovereign wealth funds and countries getting involved in these digital assets, saying we're going to create our own, digital back, currency for our country. So instead of, having, the U.S., dollar, the petrodollar. We're going to have the crypto dollar or whatever. So countries have been racing to do that and get involved in that because they know that by doing this, it gives them an edge and an advantage. And that's really what it comes down to. Other countries want to have an edge and an advantage on the U.S. And what the U.S. is trying to do is stay in power and survive. Because
Correct.
the only thing that the U.S. has going for it, the other countries don't have, is its military,
Yep.
its ability to push a button and blow a country up. Other countries don't have that, so they have to compete in other ways. And right now, they're all jumping in and jumping the U.S. on the financial front. That's why China fought back and said, you know what? Since you're going to try to tariff us out of existence, we're just going to stop buying your soybeans. How about that? And China is like the U.S.'s biggest, customer of buying our soybeans and things of that nature.
Mhm.
So another thing that China can do, people say, oh, China will never do this. No, this is something they can do. China can say, you know what? We're just going to go ahead and we're going to sell all of our U.S. assets, including your bond market. People say, oh, they would never do that because that would hurt themselves. No, you don't understand. They're a sovereign country. So they could sell all their assets, right? And take that loss and be like, oh well, we'll just reset our currency again and, we'll raise it or lower it, do whatever we need to do. But okay, we'll take that loss. Who wins in that situation? They do, not the U.S. The U.S. will be devastated if they pulled out. So this is just a lot of political rhetoric right now that you're seeing.
Yep.
And it's not going to go anywhere. This is just a short-term pause because we're still in the summer months right now. But you just wait until everybody comes back and September the 1st rolls around, and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about.
So Dex,
business as usual.
Real quick, so you were saying that, I believe from the other night, it was actually taking the 2008 pattern.
Right.
When we had initially talked about it, and I don't remember if this was a live one or a private one, but a week or two ago, you were saying that what you were seeing in the 100-year cycle and its in its current movements it was either going to go with the 2012 pattern or 2008 pattern. So it did in fact go with the 2008 pattern.
Right.
That said, you do not see a market collapse,
no,
or even a big market crash coming. You're more seeing just some rocky stuff ahead, and then it's going to resume its climb to 30,000.
Technically speaking, it's impossible for the market to crash because the Fed backstopped it.
Right.
Let me repeat what I said. We have $17,000 Dow points of Fed stimulus. The Dow can fall right now from 26,257, which is where we are right now. It can fall from 26,257 down to 10,000 even, and still not be considered a collapse or a crash.
Yep.
All you did was pull back from your original takeoff price of 10,000, or heck, even 12,000. We'd still be bullish. You understand what I'm saying? So this is how much how big this air pocket bubble is. This bubble is humongous. It's 17,000 Dow points big and getting bigger.
And that's why I keep telling people it could drop 5,000 points tomorrow and still be in a bull market.
Yes. Yes. That's what I'm trying to tell people. Look, another thing people don't know. Yeah. The stock market was I'm not going to say created. The stock market was manufactured in the 80s to always go up. Even prior to the 80s, the market had just a steady incline to it. But when the 80s came in, we entered into computers and stuff of that nature now, taking on more of a play into the market. What happened is the Fed was able to create a mechanism, you can call it the plunge protection team, call it whatever you want, where the market is backstopped and it's always designed to float upwards, even if no one's really buying. The prices will always float upwards, straight up.
Wow, interesting.
Yeah,
we've got a couple comments. Trying to go through them. This one really quick, and Dex, if we have time, I'm saying to the audience, not the Dex. If Dex and I have time, we will go live for Pulse Wave Trading later, but he's got some stuff going on, so we'll try. So let's answer this one real quick for the room, and then we have some other stuff at the topic at hand. So Mr. B was saying, should us new to trading people try and take a test drive of the loaded gun sheet? My answer was no, or at least be spot on with the pop method. Is that the general idea, Dex? With that?
the loaded gun is really fast. So what you're going to end up doing is pop. You have to do pop method. There's no other way around it.
It's at least not for a 15-minute a day trader, as we call a person who does it. It's someone who has access to a particular trade and they're watching it.
Yes, those people who actually have
people
the wherewithal to do it.
Yeah. So that's all we'll say about that. And then let's see. We had another we had a question. I know we did. I'm just getting through these. I can't find it. Sorry, guys. We had a related question, and now I can't find it.
They'll come back, I'm sure.
Yeah. All right, cool. All right, yeah, any questions, throw them in comments, but we'll do that later. Oh, I did, while we're waiting on that, I found something out that I feel the audience doesn't need to know it, but you guys need to know it. Just in casual conversation with our executive assistant, Jen, she casually says, well, when my, and I'll just do a phrase from the sentence, because I don't want to get into why we were talking about it. But this is the phrase that she texts me in the middle of me sitting here reading comments and stuff. And she texts, well, when my cat's blog went big.
What? My cat's blog?
Apparently, our wonderful executive assistant has a celebrity cat on the internet that we didn't know about.
No way.
Wow.
How is she not? How are we just finding out about this?
That's funny.
I need to know. I need to know everything now about, like, I think V, I think you should interview the cat.
I think I should.
I mean, it's you're looking for Bigfoot. We haven't found Bigfoot.
He's out there, man. I will capture him. I think he's
maybe
a
Jen's cat can
relative.
communicate with him. It's a blogging cat. It has special powers.
Sasquatch do not like cats.
Oh my goodness,
that is hilarious.
Sure.
It's incredible.
I learn something new every day.
Yeah, indeed.
I tell you, I learn something new every day. I really do.
Oh, I know. I found the question. Here we go. This is from JSlam89. What's up, Jay? I love internet names. We should all have internet names in real life.
I agree.
Hey, I'm Algo Capitalist. There you go.
Yeah, that's true. You got. Oh, yeah, that's right. You guys do have fake names. I'm just Frank from Pulse Wave Trading. JSlam89. How does Dex see the physical silver market performing? Dex.
Physical? What do you mean when you say physical silver?
I think they just mean, what do you think?
I'm just messing with you.
See,
I know I'm bad. Okay, so basically what's happening is this. Silver is still lagging gold. It's really not able to move the way I would expect it to move. It's good. It broke 17 now, so it's starting to build momentum. It's coming alive. It's getting there. All right, but I have to say I'm a little disappointed because silver should be at least $20 to $22 right now, and instead it's really lagging. You got gold breaking 1,500, and silver still in the teens. That doesn't make any sense. Gold has rallied from the 1,200 handle to 1,500. All right, that's huge, but yet silver just moves from 15 to 17.
Mm-hmm.
You see the problem with that? So I do believe, though, that once silver wakes up, it's probably going to outperform gold again, like it did in 2011 when silver just went bananas. I do see that coming back. I see in this super bubble that's coming, pretty much every asset class going through the roof. Even though that doesn't make sense and it's not supposed to happen, I see precious metals and cryptos going to new highs, new all-time highs. How about that? I think that's a better way to say it. I see precious metals along with cryptos hitting new all-time highs.
Interesting. Wow.
Yep.
There's your answer. Man, they just got they want to know about this pulse wave sheet. So Christy said, was I supposed to use the 15-minute instead of one? No.
No,
I'm not even gonna tell people what you're at. When I put it up, I'm like, oh man, that's
not the pop method.
So yeah, use the pop method. Use the pop method just like it is. You don't have to be crazy.
Nothing changed. Only thing
means you're sitting on it.
Is that your trades are going to go off a lot faster. That's about it.
Here's a good one. Let's see. This is from Bill. Hey, Bill. Some of these miners are already. By the way, V and Dex, you see this when I put this up?
I see nothing right now.
Yeah, I see it. Yeah, perfectly.
Okay, cool. So I was just wondering. Some of these miners are already rocking and rolling. What do you see coming, and how do you think it will look? The NAKAG, NG have done nothing. Remember when we traded these back in the day?
I'm sorry, I really wasn't paying attention. Let me look at the comments.
Dex.
Miners. Oh, okay, yeah. Remember the miners. The miners are like the commodity forex pairs, because the miners are going to benefit from what the precious metals are doing. So when the precious metals are rocking and rolling, it's going to help the miners' bottom line as well. So yeah, they should be rocking and rolling.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I see miners also hitting new highs too once the precious metals markets really take off. I'm
going to take Kathy Cupcake's comment out of context. Just put it right there.
Can't wait to be high. Kathy.
Wow.
Just take it right out. It was in the context of conversation, but I figured I'd just throw it up there. Harry says if silver will be let go, all will go upside down. What do you think? There is a
that is based on the assumption that underlying assets are actually linked to equities, and it's not.
Okay.
It's not. The market has no connection to the physical
Well, let me ask you this, V.
The physical economy.
Let me put it this way. With a lot of our gold and silver bugs that we like to follow, a lot of smart cats out there.
Yeah. They'll say $2,000 gold and it'll be the end of the Dow.
Yeah, exactly.
$2,000 gold and 30,000 Dow.
Mm-hmm. And is it? Could I put it this way? You tell me what you guys think of this. Is it because they're logical thinkers and they're just assuming that there's some logic to the market?
No, there's no logic to the market.
Exactly.
That's what I'm saying.
And dude, their mentality is something that would work 30 years ago. Mm-hmm. Don't work today.
Yeah.
You got 23-year-olds coming out of MIT creating these algorithms for high frequency trading.
Yep.
Who know nothing about the markets. So that should tell you all the logic you need to know right there. Is the market logical? No. A system or algorithm is only as good as its programmer. Yep. If the programmer is not a trader, then you better believe they're not going to do what you expect and think that they would do. Just because you're a genius, you have a genius IQ, you're a member of Mensa, and you graduated from MIT, that doesn't make you a trader.
Yeah.
All right. I know genius IQ individuals. All right. And they suck in the market. Okay. All they're doing is creating mechanisms of cheating. They're trying to cheat their way to the market, but they don't understand the market dynamics. They don't. The first thing I like to say is, where were you in '87 when the market crashed? Where were you? Where were you in 1999 when the markets were extraordinarily high? Where were you when the bubble bursted in 2000? Where were you on 9/11? I didn't see you in the market. Where were you during 2007 when those that were in the know said the real estate game is over, sell all your physical assets, get the heck out of real estate? A year before the financial crisis. I didn't see you in those markets. Where were you when the financial crisis happened?
How about this one?
You weren't there.
You guys think China's going to crash? This is from Santana. This is from Eddie Murphy.
No. Nope. I'll tell you what's going to happen in China. You ready?
Tell us.
I see more civil uprising because, here's what's happening. Those kind of things spread. For those who don't know what's going on in China right now, my man China Mac on YouTube has a video explaining it. Exactly what's going over there in Hong Kong, because I can tell you right now, people have no idea. They think they know, they don't know. Go ahead and Google, search China Mac on YouTube. He will explain to you exactly what's going on over there. And I'm going to tell you this, right? I'll just give you the nutshell. When you give people a taste of freedom and then you try to take it away, you're going to have problems. And right now, Hong Kong has tasted that freedom for quite a while, and now you want to take it away from them and put them back under the communist umbrella. Ain't gonna happen. But China is no joke.
Here's
people don't understand that communism is actually dictatorship.
Yeah.
It's just another fancy word for dictatorship.
That's not true. In Vermont, I was a very successful mayor, and I ran as an independent the senator from Vermont. And I'm telling you, it's called democratic socialism, not dictatorship. Medicare for all. We need a Green New Deal, Dex.
No such thing as that's another thing too. No such thing as democratic socialism. It's socialism.
Every time someone says democratic socialism, I just picture a bunch of people with pitchforks and torches coming to your house to get your stuff. That's what I just picture. Mob rule is what democratic socialism.
I hate that word democratic.
It lets you know just how
euphemism.
How our public education in America has failed.
Yeah.
Because socialism is still socialism. Look at all the examples we have currently and in history of failed socialism.
That's not
true,
what
they want to say? Oh no, you don't understand. They did it. They all did it wrong. We know how to do it right.
Listen to me, Dex. Okay, listen. Socialism has been tried 298 times around the world. 298 times. It's failed every single time. That's because they never tried democratic socialism, Dex. Because the 1% takes up the 99% minus by the 3% equals 20%.
That's like the crackhead saying no. See, the reason why most people are addicted to smoking crack and can't really stop when they want is because they're not using the democratic crack smoking crackhead-itis technique.
That's what we need. We need democratic
crack. You got to smoke the crack. And
I think this is one of those tangents that Kung Fu was talking about.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like, though. That's what it is.
Here's a controversial. Socialism. Here's one that'll get people going. I got 2 comments from Bill. Bill always has great comments. He's calling it. Bitcoin will go to 50 to 100K, then we'll have a fatal flaw. I'm assuming he means in the technology, and we'll crash. And watch this for controversial, man. Some of the people in Pulsar trading, their heads are going to explode. Everything will go to BSV within 12 months. It's the only crypto that can handle 1 million transactions. Bill, man, I love your spirit. But he has another good comment.
First of all, that's under the assumption that
I like
who holds all the BTC. You think it's Joe Public? No, it's the institutions. Institutions are using BTC as a store of value and then for the back end bets, and they're keeping it for future ETFs. That's it. It ain't for the public. I mean, yeah, you got Lolly, you got a couple other developers that are out there, Bitfill, and all this other stuff that are coming up with like Lightning network-based payment solutions. But I'm telling you right now, look, 97% of the wallets are 97% of the Bitcoin that's out there is controlled by less than 3% of the wallets. You think this is for the mass public? Hell no.
Did you say Lolly? Did you say Lolly?
Yeah, Bill is saying. Lolly. And we love Bill. Bill's a good commenter. Bill is saying Craig Wright has the majority of the crypto. Obviously, Craig thinks that he's Satoshi.
He's not Satoshi, and
we have the comment of the day. We have a new feature. I'm announcing a new feature on Rogue News, and that's the comment of the day, and that is Harry's definition of democratic socialism.
Death by 1,000 Kardashians. Oh God!
Wow,
that's a lot of plastic surgery.
Exactly. That's democratic socialism for you right there. Death by 1,000 Kardashians. More like 200 million Kardashians.
You know that idiot? What's his name? Scott Disick. They gave him a reality show where he's like flipping $1 million homes in like California, where there's no $1 million home sales. Like they can't get rid of him. This idiot is flipping him. It's just so stupid.
That's how you know that TV is scripted. It is fake.
Yep. And
what they're trying to do. Reason why he's in California, they're trying to revive their economy. So they figure if enough people watch the show, and then they'll believe and think that they can do what he's doing, for pretend on the show,
that
they can do it for real. And then there you go, boom.
We need democratic reality TV, Dex.
Unbelievable where we are today. If someone would have told me this 10 years ago, I'd be like, man, get out of here. You smoking something. But the truth of the matter is, we are here. This is what's up. Crazy, man.
Here. I'm trying to be fair to Bill here. Bill is he's arguing via text, so we want to be fair. I'm giving him this. Man, If you're right, I'll be calling you, Bill, for a loan, and you can fund my next venture. So,
All right, Bill. I'll have you on.
good comments though. Dex, did you want to look at that? There was a chart that we were going to look at. Do you want to do that? And we'll wrap it up.
Yeah, pull up the Dow futures chart.
All right, let me add this to the stream. Oh, look at that! Oh, I love this. I love this app. All right, you see it, Dex?
Oh yeah, I can finally see what you were showing. Because at first I couldn't see anything.
Yeah, it takes a second.
I guess I didn't have my wings yet. I have my wings now. I can see. Okay, let me see. Give me a second. Let me pull this up bigger so I can see better. Give me 1 second. All right, so far, let's start with the weekly chart.
And this is the Dow E-mini, so we're essentially looking at the complexion of the Dow.
Yep, we're looking at the mini Dow futures. Now, look at on that weekly how you're already putting in a tail on that right-hand chart. That's the weekly chart. I told you about that tail though, didn't I? So that's where you are on that weekly chart, and it's similar to a previous tail from that last low that we had. Right now, the week's not over with yet, so we don't know exactly what it's going to look like. Is it going to turn green? Is it going to stay pretty much where it is now? We just don't know yet. But right now, it's still signaling that you're in jeopardy, of more of a pullback. When you look at the daily chart, you see clearly you've put in a strong pointer on a spike down, which is what I anticipated. Now you have the rally, back up here. I expect the rally to fail outside of the Kumo cloud. Now I see the rampage that's coming up, all right, in the cloud, but I still see failure at the resistance of the upper end of the cloud there. So I see prices, like I said, they're going to have to bottom out. The pointers that are on the chart have to be dealt with. You can't move forward until you deal with that. So I think our lows are going to be tested first. Once that's completed, then the market can be set to revive itself and start to rally again. But these sell-offs.
And how does all of this fit in with the 100-year
pattern?
cycle?
Yeah, because once the lows have been put in and tested, then the market can build a support for the next leg up. So I see 21,000 as a key support level that we probably are going to test. I know it sounds scary, 6,000 point drop in the Dow. Yeah, I know, but it's going to be necessary because we're going to need a strong foundational base for the next leg up to take us to Dow 30 and 35 and 40,000.
What does that mean? More prosperity, if you know how to.
So yeah, we're more downside before the upside comes.
Yep.
But just be ready for it. Does that mean we're going to have a Rocktober? Baby. Probably. We may have a Rocktober. Absolutely. Yep. It looks like it's in the cards, but we'll see. But just know this: regardless of what the low is going to be, you will be seeing Dow 35,000 and 40,000 in your lifetime.
Yep.
Very soon, sooner rather than later.
But crazy. Dex, there are people out there holding charts in front of a YouTube screen telling you that the market's going to collapse at 2,000 points.
It's not a collapse. It's a pullback. It's a market.
No, it's going to collapse. Everything's going to crash.
Rallied 17,000 points. People need to get that. You have rallied 17,000 points.
Ahibone has some medicine for you.
All right, what's up?
Dex, you need to pay more attention to Alexandra. Yes. Occasional cortex is correct.
Occasional cortex.
She's an economic genius. Dude, if I was her parents, I mean, if that's the kind of economics degree you get out of Boston University, I would demand my money back. My God,
dude,
what a dummy.
Look, the only reason why they're getting so much press right now. Well, I don't know if I don't want to get us in trouble. I'll leave it alone.
Wait, I won't go there. There's something you want to say.
There's a reason she's getting press.
That you don't want to get us in trouble.
There's a reason she's getting press, folks.
She's an idiot.
They don't care about that. They know that.
Idiot.
Yeah, but do you know why?
I don't know.
That
why.
dancing video.
Okay, here we go. Y'all ready for this?
No. If you hesitated to say it, I'm afraid for you to say it.
Go
All right,
ahead,
then I won't
Dex.
say it. Then I won't say it.
Dude, just say it. Come on, man. You can't be leading me on like this.
Okay, so
Oh man.
gosh. Okay, I'm gonna say it gently. The reason why they're doing this, and you see her almost acting like a spokesperson for the Democratic Party, along with that other chick, I don't remember her name, but you guys know, yeah, is because we are living in sort of like the political age of Aquarius, meaning that this is the rise of the woman. It all started with the Me Too movement. Feminism has always been alive and well, but it's taking on new characteristics, and now it's starting to infiltrate itself into government, and it's all part of the Hillary campaign push to get a female finally elected to the White House. The reason they want to do this is because once the feminist agenda can finally reach the White House, then the feminist agenda now can be pushed, statewide. And that agenda of girl power it carries behind it a whole lot of other baggage. And it is a very strong movement because it is supported by the LGBTQ community. And that's why, have you noticed that you can make fun of Christianity on TV? You can make all types of cartoon Jesus jokes and all this other stuff, but you never, ever see them doing LGBTQ jokes or woman jokes or Islam jokes or any other religion for that matter. Because what they're trying to do is totally collapse the old conservative, middle-aged, white-haired man regime that has always run the country. They're replacing that with the girl power, the whole LGBTQ thing. It's a very powerful organization, more powerful than you guys even realize. So that's why you see this chick being paraded in front of the camera as a genius. All right, and she knows
her
nothing.
approvals are brutally low, though.
She knows nothing about economy.
It's not working
and
well
then
either.
you got
Feminism
Bernie
is failing as well.
Sanders cheerleading it too. These guys know nothing about economy. How many people have they ever employed? How much money have they put in people's pockets? The answer is zero. Look at all of their districts, especially the quote unquote African American Democrats. Look at all of their districts. Some of them have been in office for 30 and 40 years, and their districts are still in shambles. Nothing has changed. They haven't brought jobs to the community. People are still getting shot to death in Chicago. Things are still bad in LA. Don't get me started on my soapbox with that. This is why you're seeing what you're seeing. And believe it or not, as a result, as a punishment, that's why the Dow is going to 40 and 50,000. And the higher the Dow goes, the worse the U.S. economy will get.
Yep, you gotta suck the wealth out of somewhere.
There you go. Now we'll probably get some strikes on YouTube for this, but facts are facts.
You're gay bashing, you homophobe.
I didn't gay bash. I didn't homophobe because I have members of my extended family that are in the LGBTQ community and they're feminists and the whole nine.
Oh yeah.
So I can talk authoritatively on the subject.
Oh yeah. Well, my entire family's gay, so there.
Okay. Well, hey. There you go.
This is why the shows can't be this long, because it eventually ends. It eventually goes there.
No, but truth, no. So all jokes aside, though, some of the extended members of my family are some of the coolest, nicest people you want to meet in your life, and I'd rather hang out with them than some straight people.
Listen, it's not even about that. This is the thing. It has nothing to do with how you feel about any of that stuff. What it has to do with is they use it as a shield. They use it as a shield to say whatever crazy thing they want. Because if you attack the ideas, identity politics says you're attacking the person. So you can be as gay as the day is long, like Milo Yiannopoulos, and if you don't hold their views, you're still a white supremacist Nazi. Doesn't matter what skin color you have.
And you're racist.
Doesn't matter if you're gay or straight or trans. Yeah, so
Mhm.
that's my resentment. It's not with anybody's lifestyle or what they want to do. I'm all for freedom, man. Let them do whatever they want to do. It's not
Yeah,
my
adults should
business.
be able to do whatever adults want to do as long
Yeah,
as
they're
they're not
adults.
harming or hurting anyone else.
Yeah.
I
But
absolutely
what I
agree.
resent is that the identity is used as a shield for terrible ideas.
Mhm.
And that's just how the Democrats roll, and that's what they did in the black community. That's what they're doing, and they've they've so obviously been destructive that now they're moving on. Now they've changed their shield. Their shield for their crazy ideas now is the LGBTQ community, and that's I wonder when they're going to wake up and say, hey, wait a minute, they're they're just using us to ramrod terrible ideas.
They're going to wake up when their districts look like Seattle.
Mm-hmm.
That's when they'll wake up.
Yeah.
And not a minute before.
Yep. Well,
but
yeah.
That's what it takes.
But I mean, leftism is a religion, though. And I'm a religious guy. I understand how when something
it is a religion.
When something's done in the name of your religion, it can be very, very blinding. And I say that as a religious person. I recognize that danger. That when something's under the banner of your flag or your cross or your holy book, it can take you a while to catch up and say, wait a minute, this is crazy. and
that's because ideas have consequences.
Yeah.
And it's not until people realize and experience the consequences of their failed ideas that they finally wake up and come to the light and say, oh boy, what have I done?
Yeah.
All right. And then by then, though, it's too late because look at all the people that you've hurt and brought with you with your lies. It's like a cult. It's like a cult of ideas, and that's where we are right now.
Totally.
And the people that have all the power make all the rules.
Some of these comments I want to post and I just can't.
Just easy, I can't. Well, give us the gist of some of the posts.
Nah, not gonna do it. Did you guys see Joe Rogan had Bernie on?
I was commenting on that.
V, your Bernie impression. I don't know if I've ever appreciated how good your Bernie impression is, V.
Well, thank you, Frank.
It's sick.
It's pretty dope. There's
nothing radical about my Bernie Sanders impersonation. There's nothing radical about it whatsoever.
You get the nasally kind of sound in it. It's amazing.
So, Frank, listen, there's a special webinar going on tomorrow. Why don't you tell the audience about it?
It's special.
This is exactly the free Medicare for all webinar, is it not? It's not that, Frank.
It's the expensive pulse waves for everybody webinar.
Wow.
What are pulse waves? Is that something that's part of healthcare, Frank?
It's gonna make you healthy, and it's gonna.
In other words, the pulse waves, if you play it right, you're gonna be the part of the 1%.
Yeah, it's gonna make you healthy. It's gonna make you money, so you don't care. So in a certain sense, it's a healthcare. Yeah. Now we're doing our Pulse Wave Trading webinar. We do this every Friday. Links are in the description. If you go to pulsewavetrading.com and you click on webinars, you can find out about what we're doing tomorrow. We're talking about reversals and how they play and we're doing a new educational series called Technically Speaking. That's what it's called, right, Dex?
Yes.
Technically Speaking. See, I don't remember the name of anything I didn't name. I'm a terrible human being that way. And Kung Fu came up with this name, our good friend and partner in the company. And so we're going to be talking about reversals and how they work with the algorithm that we use. And a lot of fun, 1 p.m. And now I'm really excited because we found this new streaming tool. And so now I'm not stressed about streaming the webinar because we've been having so many problems lately. So this is awesome. And, here's the thing. Anybody can watch the webinar. You just need to take 3 seconds and register a free PulseWave trading account. And with that free account, you get access to our current and past webinars and some other cool little things we throw at you from time to time. So just go to pulsewavetrading.com. Links are in the description to register for the webinar. 1 p.m. Eastern every Friday. And here's the thing. If you register, this is one of the cool things with our new service that we unleashed a week or two ago. If you register, you have a membership with us, a free membership, and you can access the webinar anytime you want. Like as soon as the webinar is over, it's there. So people used to always ask me, when are you posting the replay? How are you going to email me the link? Blah, blah, blah. People used to ask me that constantly. Well, now it's like the replay is, as soon as we do it, it's there and you can watch it. So if you want to watch last week's where we talked about technical trading versus trend trading, you could go sign up right now and watch that. And it was a great webinar. So there's value in that free account. And all you got to do is takes 2 seconds to join and get that free account. You'll be able to see all that stuff. So Yeah, man. And V, programming note.
Yes.
Tomorrow you have interview. I think it's
Harley.
scheduled for 10 a.m.
Mhm.
Do you remember who are you going to tell the nice people?
I will tell everybody right now. I will have a debate of Bernie Sanders versus Harley Schlanger.
Wow.
You're good. Yeah, nice. Yeah, Harley's on tomorrow at 10. So
I will tell
That's
them
gonna
the
be neat.
evil, predatory nature of capitalism and how socialism is the answer.
yep.
It's gonna be me and Harley. We're gonna be on tomorrow at 10 a.m. So be there, folks. It's gonna be
Am I naughty because I just did something?
What did you do?
Are you naughty? What'd you do, man?
We got to get off air. He keeps saying things.
Okay. I
he's
waited.
losing
I did it
Is
on
your
purpose.
blood sugar
but-
dropping again, Dex?
No, I dropped the sheet. I dropped the sheet.
Oh, I see it. What did you do? Oh, Dex. They're not ready. Can you post a warning with it
Well, no. All it is the
What
one
happened?
I dropped last
in
night.
the room?
I did it on all the securities just so people can see what it would have looked
Oh
like.
my goodness.
I didn't want to give it all because then people could hurt themselves. So it's after the fact, but I wanted them to see what it looks like. So just something to look at, something to admire.
Something to admire. And Dex, so we don't have to do another show today. The long and short of it is it's fast and aggressive if you want to use that sheet. So be
Mhm.
ready. Be ready to tighten stops and pop out of the and pop is our cheesy term for our special stop.
And no
loss.
complaining. And no complaining.
And no complaining. We
If you
warned you.
shoot yourself in the foot. I don't want to hear it.
This is a grown up. This is a sheet for mature
Grown-ups.
eyes only.
And there you go. It's
So-
triple X rated.
Oh,
Hey,
geez.
man.
Now we're gonna get members. That's what we need.
Yeah.
Secret pictures of Dex and the tabs and the sheets we put out.
There you go. There you go.
All right, we gotta go. Hey,
All right.
I'm waiting for V to end it, and I have this button right here. It says
What are you talking about? Me to end it? You're
Yeah,
the one
you're
who's in total control here, man.
it's that's what I just remembered, and that's why I said that. So, all right, yeah, we're gonna end it. Let's
All
Let's
right,
do-
people.
yeah. Thanks everybody. V, well, you say goodbye though. You're the guy. It's your show.
Thank you all for listening in.
Oh,
I will
my
be on
God.
the next program with Joe Rogan again, talking about free healthcare.
I don't want to watch. Should I watch it,
Cool.
V? I don't want to watch it.
Okay,
I get stressed. Did you watch it?
dude. I saw like
I like Joe.
Like I like at least 40 some odd minutes into it, 45 minutes, and dude, it's just reading the comment section. It is so, dude. I'm telling you right
Like
now.
Joe's not.
the
Joe's not
amount of-
like you. He's not going to attack his guest.
No, he's not. He's you know. I'm gonna start changing that. I'm gonna start attacking guests now. I had a. I'm serious. I'm changing. It's gonna be a new gorilla 20 going forward. We
I like the
relaunch-
nice gorilla.
No more Mr. Nice Guy. I'm gonna let them talk and
Oh
all
my
that, but I'm gonna start.
And then you're just gonna yell at them?
throttling these guys. You know, especially when guys come in and goes, you know, I work in the gold industry. Yeah, where do you worked at?
Oh, jeez.
Jimmy John's, Coin and Carry. Okay, all right,
Oh, jeez.
dude. I'm gonna start going after these guys.
All right.
man.
With
But-
that,
But Joe was giving out like milk toast wet noodle questions, you know, and
Wow.
and read the comment section. It read the comment section. I commented several times, responded to so many people, and dude, people are brain dead, bro. People are brain dead. Scary.
Wow. This is hilarious. But you know what though? At least I'd rather have that than at least people are engaged and at least they're thinking. So even if you don't have that many brain cells, if you're exercising the ones you do have, that's a positive thing.
Yes.
I'm telling the room how to use this new sheet. All right. Thanks, everybody. Thank you, V.
All right, everybody.
I'm going to hit the button. Thanks, everybody. We're out.
This is Bernie Sanders. I'm over and I'm out.
We'll see you guys soon. Oh, Ahi Bone said this is better than SNL. On that note, thank
Oh,
you,
thank you.
Ahi Bone.
That's what's up. Thank
That's
you.
what's up, man.
Ahi Bone's in the room, and I can never remember who they really are. But anyway, all right. Take care, folks. We appreciate you. We're out.
Cheers.
Jeez.
Hasta la pasta.
I talk too much, don't I?
Yes.
No, never. You're awesome.
Yes.
I'm